Essential. So now we have a couple of other leaks for the week here. The Essential phone reveals Essential, the company reveals Project Gem, a smartphone with a very long, unusual design is the title here. And this is what it looks like. Some are calling it the chocolate bar kind of form factor. And you know what? My comment to this is, why? You know, I don't know why this would be a good deal or a good buy. You can't watch videos on it. You're going to be the smallest video ever. I don't see you using it all that often. Well, what are your thoughts on this?
Well, I saw a couple of pictures with like some navigation GPS type stuff on it. And I'm just like, I don't get it. It's a nice thin phone, and I guess, but yeah, I'm not sure why I'd want something that looks like a Snickers bar. So yeah.
And Unbox Therapy Lou, he actually came up with a pretty good idea. He said this might be a companion thing, right? So something you have connected to your phone, like a smartwatch, like it is kind of a separate thing, but connected to your phone. But for notifications, taking phone calls while you're away, just something you don't have to carry in situations that maybe your phone might break in, or you might not want to get it into. But still, unless if it wraps around my wrist, which would be fantastic, and it doesn't look like that is what that is for. I don't think this is a good. I like the enthusiasm of creating a new product. I think that's awesome. Go Essential, kudos to you. But why?
Well, the one thing that is interesting though is that I don't think they're just going to release this phone as is, right? If we look at the original Essential phone that came out, it had lots of storage. It was very innovative in its ability to attach a 360-degree camera to it. So there were a lot of innovations, even though it really wasn't all that different from an iPhone in terms of its form factor, right? And so I'm thinking that maybe there's some tricks up their sleeves with this one too, and there's a reason that they've made it not, in my opinion, not a good form factor. But we'll see what they come up with.
Yeah, I'm sure that they wouldn't design a phone if they didn't think that it was going to do good. If it wasn't going to be, there wasn't a who's it designed for? The audience. I'm sure that they wouldn't design a phone without thinking of the audience. So there's got to be something out there for everyone. I just don't know who would buy it. I just don't know who that's aimed at. And I think that's why I don't get frustrated with it or anything. But I'm just like, why make this? It doesn't make sense. I don't get it.
Well, and the interesting thing too is that most phones nowadays are computers with phone capabilities, right? This one maybe is a phone with computer capabilities for people who don't necessarily need all the processing power and all the extra features, and actually need a phone first and a computer second. I don't know. Not sure what that market looks like. So
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And now on to the very, very next one here, and I'll let you. Do you want to do the intro for this one?
I assume we're talking about Samsung here. So yes, Samsung is. Looks like they're working on an under display camera. So, one of the neat things about the Samsung phones, and I've got my S10 5G, so I can kind of show. Oops, let me dismiss that. There we are. So I can kind of show what some of the, I can't really see it here. Just trying to get it to a screen where I might be able to see the camera.
Yeah.
Nope, can't see it. Anyway, they got the notch. The cameras are at the top of the phone. They're sort of notched out. And now Samsung's looking to put the camera behind the glass. Good idea, except I don't use my front-facing camera all that much, so it's not that big a deal for me. But a lot of people do. That is really interesting, but there's some challenges here. They're going to have to. The glass is going to distort, right? So it's not lens material, so it's going to distort. How are they going to overcome incoming light from around the edges? And because it's going to be a full sheet of glass on the top of this thing, so there's some challenges there. And one would think that if they've got some new piece of tech like this, or like the fingerprint sensor, the under glass fingerprint sensor, it's going to come out in their flagship devices. Well, Some are rumoring to have it out in the Fold 2, which is due to be released next year. Some are saying maybe the S11, which would also be next year. The leaker in this case decided to go ahead and say, and I'm going to quote this, Samsung will launch an under display camera phone next year. Not S11, not Fold 2.
Yeah.
So only thing left is Note, right? The Note 11. That would be the only other one I could see this going to. So it could be an interesting. I'm not sure if you call it a feature or not. It depends on how well the implementation is, but get a solid sheet of glass on the front makes for better experience of videos and whatever on your phone. That's always a good sign. So I like it.
Yeah, absolutely. And I wanted to highlight a comment. Hey, Deshaun says a 5-year-old wouldn't want that chocolate bar for the Essential phone we were talking about a minute ago.
Well, Deshaun also said this. Nobody's buying that phone. Same thing. So I agree. For most people, it's not going to be the best one, right?
Yeah, that just made me laugh a little when I read that. I love this comment thing that we have going too. I think this is really cool. Just I like it overall. Okay, and now moving to